Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video, let me start by sharing an interesting, important update of my life. So I officially finished my Bachelor of Science, B.Sc honors in physics undergraduate degree. It's not a big thing because I mean millions of students finish their degrees and there is nothing in the degree. But yeah, it still feels good because the last 3 years of my B.Sc. I mean, that is what I wanted to talk about in this video. Basically, it's my journey, my B.Sc journey. You could think of it as my B.Sc journey, and in the end, I will share one important lesson I learned. See, there are a lot of important lessons I learned in these 3 years, but if I had to choose only one of them, the most important lesson, then this is the one I would have chosen. So yeah, and again, there is nothing special or nothing dramatic about oh my god, I've finished my BSc, I'm what have I done, I'm so successful, this is so big. It's nothing like that. It's not even a big thing. It's even if I win the Nobel Prize, that's nothing compared to that. It's insignificant compared to the cosmos. So and millions of students pass this course every year. So it's not about, it's not special that I this degree is nothing special. But I think what we should do now, that I mean we in the sense I know at least some of my friends, maybe some of my college classmates from college are watching this maybe, and so you guys have also just received your degree, right? And not just you, I mean I'm telling this in general to everyone, anyone who's watching. So what matters is we put the knowledge we gained during our course to some real use. That is what makes a difference, not the degree. The degree by itself will make no difference. That will maybe just give us an additional sense of confidence or qualification. Okay, he has a Bachelor of Science, he has a B.Sc honors in physics. What difference does that make? I mean, you know what I'm getting at. So it's important to implement whatever we have learned throughout this course in real life to solve real life problems, because the world needs problem solvers and a diverse group of problem solvers. There are problem solvers in today's world, but what I think is that what I personally believe is that most of them kind of converge towards a specific type of problems, and so a variety of other problems are left unattended, or at least not a lot of people try to tackle those problems. If I put it that way, right? So I think it's very important for, especially physics is, since physics is such a multidisciplinary subject. In today's world, especially physics is used everywhere in every field of science and even beyond. So I mean, so physics graduates and physics students who have a bachelor degree in physics graduates, I think physics graduates are even better poised to use their knowledge to help society rather than just flexing their degrees. That's what I mean. I'm not in any way saying that physics is a superior subject to other as compared to other subjects. Every subject is important in its own way. I totally agree. But I just think that I mean, of course, there is no point in denying that physics is more objective than arts. But that doesn't mean physics is more important than arts, because the goal of science, physics is science, right? The goal of science is not the same as the goal of arts. So you cannot compare the two fields. The goal of arts is to seek subjective truth, to discover subjective truth, and that arts does very well, much better than science, I would say. And the goal of science is to discover the objective truths, and the art doesn't do that, because that's not even the goal of arts. So it's no good comparing subjects. The people who we need artists after all. If they have some value, maybe not an immediate, like maybe not the kind of value we have in mind, like that kind of value, but it's not a useless subject after all. So I shouldn't have said that physics graduates are better than other, not that, but yeah, I still do believe that physics graduates they have a good chance of solving real world problems, and I think they should put their knowledge into use. So yeah, next is the point I would like to discuss in this video is one lesson. Many lessons I've learned, but if I had to pick one, the most important lesson which I've learned from my undergraduate years, it's this: that not every battle is worth fighting, even if you end up winning. Because I think most humans, they have this habit of, they have a tendency to like show that we are superior. I am superior than you. I mean, superiority complex kind of. I mean, this could this, I think this has a lot to do with our evolutionary instincts, because we want to be accepted by our peers. So if I can project myself as a confident successful person, my peers will accept me. That will give me kind of from an evolutionary perspective, that is what my instinct wants me to do. So I will, and that's fine to an extent. But some people, what I see, that they jump on the opportunity to fight every battle that come across their path. Even I used to do that when I was in my first year. In my second year, I started changing. In my third year, like in the final year of my undergraduate course, I changed a lot. So why is this an important lesson? And I mean, especially for me personally, how did this change come about? That's what I want to discuss at this point in this video. See, basically, my journey in college is a bit unconventional, but it's nothing dramatic. I mean, I won't narrate my story in such a way as to like, oh my God, I did this in college. This happened to me in college. Yet I did not give up. Oh my God, I am this hero. I did not give up. Anybody would have given up in my place. They should make a movie out of my B.Sc journey. No, I'm not doing any of that, because, to be honest, my journey was nothing special, nothing extraordinary. But there were one or two elements in my journey which are not common, not very common. That's all. If I say anything more, it would be unrealistic. It would be overly dramatic. I don't want that. But yeah, so basically what happened was, when I entered college, I already had a book published, a popular science book, and I already was the founder of the Journal of Young Physicists. That was, that's an online physics blogging site. I was already involved with an international peer-reviewed science journal as a student editor, and I mean I've already published some articles and all. So people around me, they naturally they started having a high expectation from me. I'm saying this very honestly. I'm neither blaming them nor bragging myself. I'm just saying this very honestly, because if I don't share this with you, you will not be able to understand the importance of this lesson in my life, that not every battle is worth fighting, even if you end up winning. So basically, this expectation caused a lot of problems for me personally, at least. That initially I got an I performed very poorly in the mathematics exam. We had mathematics as a minor. I was majoring in physics, of course. So I performed very poorly. I had to retake the exam in my third semester. In my first semester, I performed very poorly in the mathematics exam. Many of the students in our class did, because that paper was an, like exceptionally tough, exceptionally tough, even by the standards of our college. But yeah, I mean, some people also scraped through. I mean, they at least passed. They did not have to retake the exams, and naturally people started questioning, like, oh my God, this guy has so-called written a book and done so much in high school, but he can't even pass a first semester examination in college. I mean, I did not brag about my achievements when I went to college, but this since I have my LinkedIn profile and all, this news spread automatically. That okay, we have a guy in our class who has done this and done that, so this news kind of spread. The news kind of spread. So that was fine. Then in the second semester, I performed very poorly again in the physics papers as well. Now this time I passed. I mean, I did not have to retake the exams. I passed, but it was a very poor performance, especially considering the class average. I performed very poorly, even in physics this time. And again, this time it was like too much. A lot of people questioned me, like directly, even some people. Indirectly, I think many of them did, but directly, some people even confronted me directly. Like not confronted, but kind of told this within I mean when they were in my earshot. That's what I mean. Like this guy is not even fit for physics. Physics is not for him. And for a moment, I was very demotivated, and even I started feeling that okay, is physics really for me? I did so well in physics in my high school. I have done a lot of extracurricular stuff and all, but I cannot even survive college, not even the first year of college properly, when my some of my peers are doing so good, so great, some of my classmates. So that was a very difficult time for me, actually. And then there was this pressure of internships. Now you have to do an internship, you have to do a research internship, physics in some good physics institute. Now this is where this my lesson comes in. Like not every battle is worth fighting. So in my first year, I applied to NIUS. It's a National Initiative on Undergraduate Science. It's a national internship in India for undergraduate students in science. It's a very prestigious kind of internship, but I did not get selected. Two people got selected from our college. Now I don't want to like go into whether that was entirely fair. They were that was entered in a fair way or not, because I have like I cannot disclose anything more. But yeah, it was very demotivating for me. And people were even more surprised, and kind of they started thinking even poorly of me, that this guy, leave alone exams and all, this guy can't even get a research internship when having done so much papers and journal stuff in high school, while like the ordinary people from our class, two of them at least got selected, while this guy didn't get selected. And that actually, then I also applied to, since I was not selected in an official internship in NIVS, I cold emailed a few professors from IITs and all, Indian Institute of Technology, IITs, and all. And one of the professors replied positively that okay, you can come here and you can do an internship, although it will be not a paid one because it's not official. Officially, first year students don't get internships. It's usually from the second year. But that guy, that professor, at least he replied to my email and he tell that you can come here and explore, but in your expenses. We will not be able to provide you with financial support or any kind of stipend or anything, any fellowship or anything. And I was like, okay, at least it's something is better than nothing. I at least getting the chance to explore research in my first year, even if I didn't get NIUS. So I said yes, but then the professor didn't get back to me. I don't know why. Didn't get back to me, and one of my friends in my college, in my class, she also emailed the same professor, and he replied in the affirmative to her, and she was like, she went like he accepted her, but the professor kind of cut ties with me. I don't know why. It's good from one side. It's good because I was never so much into astrophysics, and this professor was this project was astrophysics. So that's why I'm saying that time I was so desperate about this internship. Why? Because I had this peer pressure. No, those guys are getting NIUS. Some people are doing other like unofficial internships. So I have to do something at least, even if it's not a very prestigious one, even if it's an unofficial one. I have to do something, even if it's something I don't even like. I don't like astrophysics. I like quantum mechanics and some, and then recently I'm more into statistical physics. But even when I was in my first year, I did not like astrophysics. But still, I was so much ready to fight. I was so much ready to jump into the battle. Now, the professor did not select me. I think that was not a good. That was not fair on his part. But of course, I don't want to make any comments because right now I am set on my own path, and you may think I am kind of look again. I'm not flexing, but I have met a lot of I have carved out a path for myself, and I've met a lot of helpful professors on this journey who have done a lot for me, who have gone, who went out of their ways to help me, support me. And I have, throughout my undergraduate years, I have a lot of publications, a lot of original research projects I've done, and I've gained a lot of exposure. So after having done all this, I think I don't really feel kind of angry or anger or kind of I don't know, like anything for this professor who was kind of unfairly oppressed me. I mean, he could not have replied yes in the first place if he thought that I was not fit for that. He replied yes, and then he kind of didn't get back to me. Anyway, if he was really busy or something, he got back to one of my friends. I know that for sure. So it's not like he was busy or something, and my mails were delivered to him. It's not like I mean, there can be no valid excuse for this for his behavior, but let's forget that. Because on one hand, it was good for me because I don't think an early exposure to astrophysics would have turned out well for me because I really don't like that stuff. But just a personal choice. I'm not saying astrophysics is not interesting or astrophysics is not useful or whatever. We all have our own personal choices. So yeah, that's why. Initially, I had to go through a lot of emotional stress and depression, and especially in the first year because poor exam scores, falling grades, falling reputation. I couldn't even secure an unofficial internship, leave alone NIUS. That was very difficult. Then in my second year, when I was in my third semester, my exam scores improved a lot. I was not yet at the very top, but my exam scores improved a lot as compared to my first year. And then in the third semester, I already told that I had to retake the mathematics exam, which I kind of failed in my first semester. So once I retook the exam, I got 75 out of 100, which is a very good marks in a mathematics paper by our college standards. For those of you who don't have an idea, and I ended up topping first semester. So when my first semester mark sheet was again updated by taking into account the new mathematics marks because I had to retake the exam, I stood top. I stood first in the first semester. Second semester was I did poorly and there was no chance of retaking because I passed somehow. So second semester my result remained poor. Third semester I improved. I told you. Fourth semester I think I was in the top three or top four. Doesn't matter because I see I am the last person probably. I really don't like to judge people based on their CGPAs. I think that's a very very poor way to judge people because you cannot judge a person their research in. I know a lot of my friends in college, not a lot but a few friends in my college who are very much motivated in research, very much intellectually developed, very much they have very strong concepts, very much knowledgeable, but the CGPAs don't reflect that. So you cannot judge a person based on how they perform in a 3 hours or 3 hours conventional paper, where most of the questions are repeated. So somebody who is good at mugging things up, even they can perform well in these examinations. I mean, it's true. In our college, the system is very. There are a few really helpful and good professors. I have no complaints against the faculty, but I still will say that the syllabus, the curriculum, and the way the exams are taken, that's still very traditional and conventional in our college. So you cannot judge a person, his interest or his potential to contribute to physics by based on his exam scores. I mean, of course, the exam scores matter for your admissions to higher studies, like for your masters or anything. I'm not saying exam scores does not matter. Not to a great extent. I mean, if you have a 7 plus CGPA and if you're applying to foreign universities, even in India, I mean, I don't think makes a great difference. You don't really need 9 CGPA or everything. But yeah, if you have like below 6 or something, that's again not good. So yeah, I think you get it. There should be a balance. Now, then in the semester 4, I received the a research fellowship, the summer research fellowship program, SRFP, by the it's offered by the Indian Academy of Sciences. It's actually offered by the three national science academies: the Indian Academy of Sciences Bengaluru, the Indian National Science Academy, the Indian National Science Academy INSA, New Delhi, and the National Academy of Sciences of India in Prayagraj, Allahabad. So these are the three national science academies. So they offered a fellowship, and this is a very prestigious fellowship because, especially at the undergraduate level, only very few students. I mean, from our college, I think only two people got the fellowship from physics. I was one of them, and as part of the fellowship, I got the opportunity to visit a physical research laboratory. It's a research institution in the state of Gujarat in India. It's in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India. So I got an opportunity to visit PRL, Physical Research Laboratory, and do a project, a pretty advanced project for undergraduate level on high energy physics. I mean, theoretical high energy physics, especially beyond standard model physics, neutron oscillations and all. And I mainly, developed an algorithm to study modular transformations. So modular group and modular symmetry, modular transformations, modular forms. This is an extremely mathematical topic. This project was more. I sometimes say this project was more mathematics than physics. But anyway, point is, it was a very good experience, and yeah, I kind of made up for not receiving an internship in the first year. Then in my third year, recently I came back from Chennai. I again got a fellowship. These both of them were paid projects. The PRL as well as this Chennai one. I got financial support. This is a funded fellowship, so it's an official internship, not just cold emailing professors and stuff. I got the opportunity to visit the Institute of Mathematical Sciences, IMSC Chennai. It's like a premier research institution in our country for theoretical physics, mathematics, and computational biology. They also explored a project on nonlinear dynamics and biological systems, biological physics. I did a project. I'm still working on it actually because this is pretty recent. And again in my semester 5 and 6, my my exam scores were pretty like near the top. So overall, I think in my semester 2, I got some 5 point something CGPA. Out of 10, I got 5 something. Very poor score. But I still managed that my overall score is 8.02. My entire overall CGPA, cumulative grade point average, all semesters combined, I just managed to cross 8. Now the point I'm sharing all of this with you is that my personal realization. Not every battle is worth fighting because even if you end up winning. Because now I realize that maybe I should not have fought the CGPA battle. Because I personally do not judge people based on CGPA. Really, this is truly like honestly. But I kind of worked extra hard. Like maybe I took more stress than was necessary for me during my second year. Why? Because to put it very simply, I don't want to go deep into this because this is somewhat of a not very relevant for this video. But I had a clash with one of my classmates. Kind of I could say, yeah. And I like and this classmate of mine, she was very good in like, she was the conventional type. I see. I don't care if she's watching the video currently. I don't care because I'm not taking names. But I will not refrain from speaking the truth as it is. So she was very conventional type, and all she cared about was marks and exams, and I didn't like her. This kind of whatever things didn't work out. That's all. So but she had very good initially, at least when I was in my third semester. But during at that point of time, she had a very great CGPA, very great exam scores as compared to me. So I took it as a personal challenge. Now I have to fight this battle, and I have to show that even I am capable of getting a good CGPA, getting a good exam score. And from one side, it actually boosted my confidence. See, I got 8.02. If I got 7, it would not have affected my master's admission. Everything is would have gone because I found that nobody even cares about a CGPA by to that extent. They want a decent CGPA, not a very great CGPA. So my master's admission would not be affected. Nothing would be affected, except maybe my self confidence. So that was the whole point. So but so yeah, that was a good point. I got back my self confidence. I got that even I can get a good exam score even beyond all the research and stuff. But sometimes I feel that was fighting the battle really worth it? Maybe I won the battle in some sense, but was it really worth it? All those extra pressure, extra burden, all my mental stress, pulling all nighters and all. Was it really worth it for my health long term, or even was it worth it in general? Not even long term, in general, in short term, even for those few days, was it worth it? I don't know. Maybe it was worth it in some sense, but what I'm saying is that my 3 years journey taught me that sometimes you have to stop thinking about the others. Like, oh my god, he has done an internship, I also have to do one. She has done an internship, why have I not been able to do that? That means I'm a failure, I'm inferior. No, this kind of attitude you have to grow out of, because physics is an interesting discipline where you are here to explore, and all of us have different paces of exploring, different ways of exploring. So if you have poor exam scores, or if you may not, maybe you have not done a lot of internships, that doesn't really put you at a disadvantage. Yeah, having a very poor CGPA is not good, and having no internships at all might count against you, especially if you're applying to foreign universities. Having experience outside your college, outside your curriculum, that matters. But I mean, these are not life death situation. These are not like this. It's not a deal breaker. This cannot be a deal breaker. I mean, this is because of a peer pressure. We feel like we feel kind of down, that, or kind of, I know, like kind of self esteem, low on self esteem. If I see that somebody, my classmate, is doing this and that, but why am I not being able to do this? And based on that, we sometimes we unknowingly, or maybe knowingly, but unwisely, we pick up a lot of battles which we cannot fight. Or maybe even if we somehow fight and win, those battles are not worth it, because I think your mental stability, your mental health, on the other hand, like on the long term, these things matter. I mean, besides your all these academic achievements and all this stuff, these things also matter, I believe. So yeah, not every battle is worth fighting, even if you end up winning. That's my most important lesson for me personally in my undergraduate 3 years. Apart from that, if I have to talk about my experience in the undergraduate in my B.Sc, yeah, I made a few very good friends. Like these are very genuine friends, but maybe two or three, like very few. But point is, I realized that those were the true guys, like the genuine ones, only in my last semester, or maybe in the last year, in the last 2 semesters. I mean, of course, it takes time to realize, and initially I misjudged a lot of people. Like, I became friends with not friends really, but I became kind of a little close with the wrong kind of people, and all those stuff, which is natural. I'm not saying like it's my. Uh, I mean, it happens with everyone, more or less. But yeah, I'm still happy. I'm not only happy, I'm also grateful to St. Xavier's College Autonomous Kolkata and all the faculty members, some more than the others maybe, but yeah, all the faculty members and the entire system, the entire college, because it's easy to criticize people. A lot of my batchmates, even I sometimes criticize my college, because there are some things at our college which could be improved, definitely. But my point is, it's easy to criticize, but I think our college is at least very like very safe and kind of protected as compared to other colleges in India, especially the government colleges, because our college is a private college. There is no political interference. There is no, I mean, there is no injustice or corruption at the level that we see in government colleges. So we have grown up in a much secured environment. I mean, of course, I won't say that in our college the curriculum is perfect. All the professors can finish the syllabus in time. No, these things will be there. College is not spoon feeding. Things won't be perfect. But yeah, on the other hand, I think instead of complaining about the little problems, I think this was a very fruitful experience for me. I mean, just not just for the degree, beyond the degree and all, I made some really good friends with whom I hope to be in touch for the rest of my life, and work together, discuss physics together, and all. And I not just friends, not just the friends, some really good connections with some really good professors, and more importantly, I I mean, if I put it that way, like uh, yeah, sorry. Uh, okay, I'm visible now. Sorry for the interruption. So if I put it that way, these 3 years taught me a lot, even beyond physics, and even within physics. I think the semester system is not a very great system, because you have technically one semester is for 6 months, but if you like take away 2 months for the summer holidays, like take away 1.5 months for the summer holidays, so you have like maybe let's say actually 4 months. Let's take 2 months away, because technically it happens like, or even if I say 4.5 months, so you have 4.5 months to cover like advanced topics like quantum mechanics, statistical mechanics, new topics in physics, which most of the students have not been exposed to previously. So out of those 4.5 months, you have an exam which runs for maybe, let's say, exams and exam leaves combined, let's say 1 month. So you have 3.5 months to study this new topic and assimilate everything inside, and then prepare for the exams and questions. And exams, as I already told, in our college, it's very like question based, problem solving based, not concept oriented or exploration oriented. So that means you don't even get the chance to properly understand the topic. You, even if you want to, due to time constraints and due to the exam pressure and everything, you have to somehow like explore the topic superficially and make sure you do well in exams. So that's one drawback, but still I would say I learned a lot from my college. Not maybe I learned more by from my discussions with professors than what I learned inside the classroom, because I approached a few professors. I used to approach them every day, almost every day, and discuss a lot of stuff, and they were very supportive, and I learned a lot from those discussions. But yeah, and in class, of course, in a 40 minutes class or 45 minutes class, the professors are in a very tight constraint. They have to finish the syllabus. So, I mean, it's the fault of the system. You have so much syllabus, so many topics, and in a semester system. So, you really cannot blame the professors as well. Right. So, I think this is changing, because right now in India, all the undergraduate courses have become 4 year courses. That is from the next batch. We are the last batch to have this 3 years bachelor's. Our juniors from the very next batch, they have a 4 years bachelor's. And this is part of the new education policy, NEP India. That's good. I think that's good. I'm not really sure of the pros and cons of NEP, because I have not studied NEP. I was the last normal batch, but I feel like it's a good initiative. Though this is a very like uninformed guess maybe, or uninformed opinion maybe. But yeah, anyway. So that's what I learned, and I this kind of helped me explore quantum mechanics, statistical mechanics, theoretical physics, computational physics. One good thing about a college is it gives a lot of focus, a lot of emphasis on computational physics. One bad thing maybe is that it also gives a lot of focus on astrophysics. I mean, that is not a bad thing, but the other fields like quantum mechanics, statistical mechanics, they're a little bit underrepresented in our department as compared to astrophysics. That's the impression I got anyway. I don't want to make any claims or anything. Yeah, and above all, I think I, my college also gave me a lot of exposure, a lot of opportunities, programs I applied to. I presented a lot of papers. I wouldn't have even come to know these opportunities if it wasn't for St. Xavier's College. So overall, I'm thankful to my college and to everyone who has been part of this journey. And yeah, I hope that I and all of us actually we can like address some real world problems using the knowledge we have gained, beyond the degree. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think this 3 years was a lot stressful, and we have gone through a lot. So I mean, we do deserve a little bit of celebration for having finished the degree. So congratulations to all my classmates, and to everyone actually who just finished their bachelor's, or any degree for the any academic degree for the matter. And I don't know, maybe congratulations to myself as well. So yeah, that's all I wanted to discuss in this video. And always remember, this is a very important point. Choose your battles wisely. Like, always sitting idle is not a good decision, because you have to go to the battlefield and take what you deserve. Nobody's gonna spoon feed you, or nobody's gonna bring in front of you what you want. You have to take it, you have to snatch it from the jaws of the enemies. But still, that doesn't mean, I mean, sometimes you should also prioritize your mental health, and you should like at least judge, like, is this battle really worth fighting? I mean, it's almost like giving a loan to yourself. You take a loan for buying a car or buying a house. So why do the bank give you loan? Because the bank believes in your potential to repay the loan. The bank says that okay, you do a good job. Maybe you don't have the money to buy the car in cash right now, but you have the potential to repay the loan. That's why the bank give you the loan. And of course, the bank will also get some interest, but that's another thing. So that's why you get the loan. So you can also give loans to yourself, not loans. Loans meaning not monetary loans, not money, but you can also not financial loans, but you can also give a loan to yourself, that maybe right now you're not doing very good in life. Maybe right now you are like I used to feel when in my first year, like right now you are maybe not doing very good, maybe poor, you have scored poorly in exams or whatever. Not just for students, if you're in for any human, maybe you're feeling down for whatever reason right now for the last few days. Maybe you think it was your fault. Maybe you feel that you are incapable of doing this, you don't have potential, you are very weak or something. That's totally all right. And it happens sometimes that when people feel like this, they kind of blame themselves, and they feel very sad, depressed. They feel guilty when they feel happy. I mean, suppose you are going through a prolonged period of sadness and depression, but suppose you watch a very funny video on YouTube and you start laughing, and the next moment you feel guilty. I'm not allowed to laugh because it's all my fault. I mean, come on. Not all of us, I mean, every one of us will face these kind of periods of you know, low self-esteem, periods where we cannot do well. Like it's natural for all of us. Nobody is nobody is successful continuously, or nobody is a failure continuously either. This is called regression to the mean, a statistical effect actually. So if you're way above the average, then automatically it's not because of your conscious efforts or anything. You're bound to come down towards the mean, and if you're way below the average, you will also converge towards the mean. That's a tendency of systems. If somebody is very tall, like say let's say 6 feet 5 inches tall, which is like abnormally tall, then we would not expect that he is so much tall only because of genetic factors. Maybe his parents were taller than the average, so genetics played a role. But genetics alone cannot probably explain that why this person is so abnormally tall. So that means the possible explanation would be genetics also played a favor, like genetics also favored a taller height, and along with that maybe this person grew up on a diet that prefers that kind of stimulates your growth, your I mean your height, like that kind of diet, or maybe this person used to hang from the rods or something. I mean, all the factors gave a positive boost to the height, and that only that can explain why this person is not only taller than the average but so much tall. Right, you're getting my point. So in that sense, we would not expect the son of this person, I mean the next generation, the son or daughter, whatever. We would not expect his offsprings to be as tall as him, because his offsprings will of course be taller than the average because their father is so tall. But it's very unlikely that his offsprings will also get lucky in the same way, that they will end up as tall as him. Lucky in the same way meaning the dietary part and the the other parts, the environmental parts, apart from the genetic parts. So they will also be taller than the average, but maybe not as tall as him. Then their offsprings will probably again be a bit taller than the average, but not as tall as their I mean this is so basically initially that the height was way above average, then it's slowly converging towards the average, towards the mean, regression to the mean. And it might fluctuate below the average. So some after a few generations, maybe in the same family, in the same bloodline, maybe an offspring turns out to be shorter than the average. But again, it will again if it goes down too much, it will again rise up. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, regression to the mean. So anyway, if you're feeling down currently, no worries. It happens. That doesn't mean you are not allowed to laugh. That doesn't mean you are not allowed to give yourself a loan of happiness. If you can take a loan of money to buy a car or a house, even if you don't have that amount right now, but that's why you take the loan. If you had the amount, you would buy it with cash, or I mean directly without taking a loan. So then why can't you give yourself a loan of feeling happy, even if you may not be doing very good at this point? It's okay. I'm feeling down right now, but let me give myself a loan of feeling happy. That's okay. You don't need to feel guilty if you laugh during these periods. Okay. See, think of it like this: your younger self is looking up to you, and your younger self is inspired by you. Like you have done so much in these years, and your older self, maybe after 10 or 20 years from now, that your older self guides you. So you have someone who is looking up to you, and you have someone who is guiding you to reach that level. So this so doesn't this sound a very like kind of a motivating kind of way of thinking? Yeah, somebody else can also look up to you. Somebody else can also guide you. It could be your parents, your teacher, your professor, your friend, your maybe your girlfriend, your romantic partner, your anything. But my point is, you cannot totally trust them. I mean, see, just might sound a bit dark or kind of I don't know, maybe paranoid or something, whatever. But you cannot trust a human. Maybe he's your friend and he's supporting you today. He's looking up to you. He's guiding you. But maybe tomorrow you find out that he was actually a traitor or something. In case of parents, doesn't usually happen, but again there are exceptions. I mean, it's not unheard of at least. But if it's yourself, your younger self and your older self, you can always trust on those two persons. I know they don't exist now. At present, only your present self exists. But you know what I'm getting at? This is a very good way of thinking and reassuring yourself that no, my younger self is looking up to me and my older self is guiding me. So I have what am I to worry about? Maybe I'm not doing very good at the moment, but things will change. So, and that doesn't mean to prove that you have to fight every battle that comes your path. Take a break. Not every battle is worth fighting, even if you end up winning. You're not here to prove your worth. You're not here to compromise your mental health and your mental stability just to prove that you can win a battle. We can win a lot of battles. That doesn't mean we have to always prove that. You're here to explore your life your own way. And as long as you don't harm anyone else, just you shouldn't even care what other people think or say about you. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to discuss in this video. I mean, again, I kind of discussed a lot of random stuff as well, useful stuff. I feel, but still kind of again in a very incoherent fashion, which is becoming like no. I mean, I should actually thank you guys because for the last few days, I my subscriber count has increased quite a bit, and I'm thankful to you guys, and I promise you that I will consistently upload higher quality videos. I mean, higher quality meaning well scripted, well documented video in which not this kind of videos in which I speak randomly, just blah blah blah. But I mean, right now I'm a bit busy with my master's planning and all this, my higher education planning and all this stuff. Plus, I mean, for this video also I couldn't find time to write a script because I have other stuff going on at the journals, reviewing articles, then some mentoring, some talks I have to give, presenting, like writing a report for my internship project. And I hope you understand. So I kind of feel a bit guilty because so many of you are subscribing to my channel, watching my videos. So I should respect your time and maybe write a well documented, like write a proper script and read it out, because whatever I said in this video could be done in 20 minutes. I believe if I said in a proper way without like so much ranting and all this stuff, so much yapping. But it's 35 minutes, so I'm sorry about that. I'll definitely improve in the future, and thank you guys for your support once more. I still remember I had only at one point of time when I started YouTube. This YouTube channel is 5 years old today. I think 6 years old today, because I started this channel in 2019, and in 2020 or in 2021, I think I still remember that day. I had like something like a 65 videos uploaded already, and I had only 33 subscribers. So the number of subscribers was less than the number of videos, which was very not only embarrassing. It was very like I for a moment I thought like I'm never going to succeed in YouTube. So I should delete my YouTube channel, or maybe I should stop doing YouTube. If not delete, at least I should stop doing YouTube. Today I'm not a successful YouTuber. I never will be, because I mean, if your definition for a successful YouTuber is 1 million subscriber, I will never reach there. I don't think so. But compared to that, like 33 subscribers and 65 videos, I think today my channel is doing good. And that is not because of my videos, because my videos maybe have improved a bit in quality, but not very much. I think that is solely because of your support. Without my viewers and all of you guys who watch my video, comment on my videos, subscribe to my channel. I mean, you guys are the ones who has like today I have 900 plus subscribers and all, totally because of you guys, and I am happy with this, because I like I say, YouTube is not my profession. I don't depend on YouTube financially yet. I mean, I hope I don't plan to do that yet. I plan to I don't plan YouTube to be my only source of income. So I don't really want 1 crore subscribers or 1 million subscribers, whatever. I don't want that from YouTube. If I get that, very good. But that I don't want that. I mean, if I don't get that, I will not consider myself a failure, because what I like is that some of you guys you comment on my YouTube videos very seriously. You watch my videos properly, even the long videos, the longer ones, and you comment on my videos very serious comments. Not just I mean, what I like is that there are at least a few of you. There are at least some people who watch my videos for intellectual enrichment and for like for knowledge, or for learning a new topic, or just watch my videos for that kind of thing, not for time pass. So even if I have like maybe even if I have only 2 or 3 such serious viewers, that is my success. I don't need a 1 million viewers who just randomly like. I mean, I'm not a reel maker after all. I'm not those kind of I just make reels and all those stuff. So yeah, views are important to me. The subscriber count is important to me, but not the most important thing. More important to me probably would be the engagement, the kind of comments I'm getting, the number of people who are seriously watching my videos and learning something. Whether they like or subscribe, I don't really care to a very great extent. I would appreciate it if they subscribed, if they like the video, or at least they leave a comment if they don't like the video, so that I can improve. But still, that's all, guys, and thank you so much for the support, because for the last few days I've been receiving a lot of views, comments, and subscribers. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, I think that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching.